I will be your captain and storyteller this afternoon upon the SS Aurora. We're on the Windy. What am I thinking? We're on Windy. Okay. Please remember to stay seated at all times, keeping those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. And parents, please supervise your children. That way our story doesn't take any unexpected turns.
Now, I've got everybody on this side scoot all the way back into their seats, and then on this side scoot in just a little bit. Perfect. We're perfect.
Now, most people travel to magical places through the pages of a storybook, but others, like us here today, well, we're going to go there in person. Now, whether it be through the magic of pixie dust or down the rabbit hole, many find the journey to be quite magical or sometimes menacing. But don't worry, folks, even though it looks like we're passing through the jaws of Monster the Whale, we are actually being transported to a magical place called Storybook Land. Now, most stories start with a once upon a time, but our story starts with the big, bad wolf whose cave is coming up on our left. That big, bad wolf is always after those three little pigs, but lucky for them, they live on the other side of the canal in these three little houses.
Make sure we're staying seated.
One house made out of straw, one made out of sticks, and one made out of 100% guaranteed wolf-proof brick. Now our story is about to take an unexpected turn as we come across the quaint English village home to Alice. One golden afternoon, Alice followed the white rabbit, and she fell down, down, down into Wonderland. And things just became curiouser and curiouser from there. Storybook Land is home to many fantastical places, such as London Park here on our right-hand side. Now this is where Peter Pan and the Darling Children, all with the help of Tinkerbell's pixie dust, flew away to Neverland, where they would never ever have to grow up. And straight ahead is Agrabah, city of mystery and enchantment. One day, a street rat named Aladdin bumped into the Princess Jasmine in the marketplace, where he not only stole a loaf of bread, he stole the princess's heart. The two were eventually married and now live in the Sultan's palace on top of the hill. Now, my friends, love is in bloom everywhere here in Storybook Land, even in these golden twinkling archways above us. These are the same very archways that Aladdin and Jasmine soared over, sideways and under, on their magic carpet ride to the whole new world. Now, most stories are filled with light and love, but other stories, they've got their dark places as well. Coming up straight ahead is the mysterious Cave of Wonders. Now, this cave is actually filled with a cursed treasure, and the only way to undo that curse is through the power of the genie in the lamp. Legend has it that whoever sets the genie free, he will grant them 3 wishes. Let's all close our eyes now and make a wish to see if it comes true. Speaking of wishes, it was Snow White's wish to flee free from the evil queen. One day she stumbled upon this cottage in the forest where she met the 7 dwarves. And if we listen closely, we might be able to hear her whistle while she works. And as we turn our page to the left-hand side, we have the Blue Roof Chateau, home to Cinderella, where she grew up with her stepmother and evil stepsisters. Now it was Cinderella's wish to go to the ball, and the fairy godmother helped that wish to come true. But it doesn't look like she made it home before midnight, as you can see her carriage turning back into a pumpkin up on the bridge. Though magic clearly has its limits, thankfully love does not. The two were eventually married, and now live out their happily ever after. Now, while many people wish, others like to dream. Some dream of their happily ever after, while others dream of drifting off to sleep on beds of pillowy flowers like our patchwork quilt here on the left, inspired by the 1933 Silly Symphony cartoon Lullaby Land. Now, my friends, there is magic everywhere here in Storybook Land, even in all these miniature plants around us. Now, I know what you're thinking. Are these plants actually real? And yes, they're 100% real, and they will forever stay small thanks to our gardener Tinkerbell and her pixie dust. They'll never ever have to grow up. It's this magic that was a favorite of master storyteller Walt Disney, who continues to inspire our stories here at Disneyland today. There's stories like Wind in the Willows, featuring Mole, Rat, and Mr. Toad, whose stately manner is here on the left. But sorry, folks, it doesn't look like Jake Thaddeus Toad is home at the moment. He must be out in his motor car on a wild ride to nowhere in particular. Now coming up on the left is the frozen kingdom of Arendelle, home to Anna, Elsa, and their frozen friend Olaf. It's stories like these that prove that sisterly love can weather even the iciest of snowstorms. And straight ahead beneath the icy slopes of the Matterhorn is the Alpine Village, home to a wood carver named Geppetto, who one night wished upon a star to turn his puppet Pinocchio into a real boy. Coming up here on the left, it's Wandering Oaken's Trading Post. Now can everybody give me a yoo-hoo? Yoo-hoo! Or a big summer blowout. Thanks, Oaken. We're going to wait just a moment for Aurora just ahead of us to get going, and then we will be on our way.
How's everybody?
Coming up on the right is Prince Eric's castle. Now it was on these sandy shores that Ariel stumbled to take her first steps to become part of our world. But Ariel's journey, well, it did not begin on land. It actually started under the sea in the underwater kingdom of Atlantica, where she grew up with her father, King Charming, as well as her sisters. And now, my friends, on behalf of all the storytellers here at Storybook Land, I want to thank you for joining me today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Disneyland. And as we approach the dock, please remember to stay seated, keeping those hands, arms, and fingers inside the boat. And when we do come to a complete stop, everybody's going to stay seated. You'll wait for my count of 3. We're all going to stand at the same time. That way no one has to fall under the seat.